Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is my little knitting nook. My name is Charlotte and I'm a 25-year-old knitter and painter by trade from Norway. And in this video I'm going to talk about my latest finished object, which is this thing. So I should probably say something about this before I finish the entire pant, but I am starting a new pair of pants. And I'm gonna make the entire set for one video. So this will be the complete bear set, let's call it that. And this is one leg. I am using the same pattern for the base as the Marihane Strix Havkonge bukse. So the last pair of pants that I just made, it's the same pattern. I'm just making it one color because I like the pattern. It was easy and was nice, and if you're ever gonna make pair of pants for children, I recommend this. So it is currently Sunday, and I have this one done. I finished this in the car on the way home from a little weekend trip, and this is how far I've gotten. And this is how far I've gotten on the second leg. Started the increases and just working on it. So the idea for the bear pants, it's gonna be overalls, and I'm gonna try some double knitting, and it's gonna have a pocket on the front, and I'm gonna double knit or knit a tail that I'm gonna just sew onto the butt. And I'll talk more about the jacket when I start on the jacket, but that is the plan for the overalls. They're gonna be this color. I don't know what it's called, but it's like not one color. Got a little bit of gray, a little bit of darker brown, a little bit of light brown. I really like it. I think this is the perfect color for like a bear themed garment. So one pant leg, second pant leg, meet together, partial rib, partial folded rib, and then the overall flap with the double knitted straps and pocket on the overall flap. But yeah, that's it. It is Sunday. One leg down tomorrow. Probably. See you then. It is Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. And yesterday I finished the length for the butt. And today I did the German short rows when I got home from dinner, and folded all of the ribbing individually. I'll show you my thought process, and have started on the belly flap. And I keep forgetting that I am knitting size 4 years old, because that was the next up from 2 years old. So it is obviously bigger than the first pair of pants and wider than the first pair of pants. But I'm still knitting this for a 2-year-old. So I'm thinking this will be like a fall pair of pants that you can wear outside with like thermals underneath, which I think it will be used for, but I'm not parent here. But let me show you my thought process here. Alright, so here is the front. This is the belly flap, and when I look at this from up here, it looks so weird, because I mean, it's like not even too It's not even 2 hands from crotch to top of belly flap. I'm not done with this though, but it's so narrow. And I don't want to rip it back because I'm knitting flat and that takes me so much more time. So I'm gonna do like a ribbing edge. I thought first that I would do an I-cord, but I'm doing a ribbing edge around. So yeah, this is a Farragon. I want to get at least, I don't know if I want to do double the length than what it is right now. That would be like, well, let's do like this here. Meh. It will go like to here. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see the back. Okay, it is rolling and it's the same cord, but here, can you see this? Yeah, you can see it. Here, not ribbing, ribbing in between, not ribbing, ribbing. So these are the straps that I will knit and toss over the shoulders. So what I did, this is actually, I'm quite impressed with myself with this. So this is beginning of round, it's in the middle here. So I did 1 round where I did like, I purled and then I just, yeah, I purled and then I just moved the knit stitch from my left needle to my right needle with the yarn behind it to create the fold. I just like started here and I did that throughout, with the exception of where the knit stitches are, like for the straps and for the flap here. And then when I got back to the middle, I started to knit this part back and forth until happy with length, and then, or until it was double the length, and then I folded it, and then I just I didn't knit this, I just moved them over to the next needle, and then I did the same here, moved these over, did the same here, and then I started on the front flap because that's the largest piece here. And that was the one that I was most concerned of. And I need to know the length of this before I can know how long I need to knit these ones. Tomorrow I'm actually meeting up with a new friend at a cafe, and we're gonna be knitting together, which will be very exciting to actually have a knitting buddy. Very excited for that. Very happy for myself. And I don't think that I will be working on the pants for that. I think that I will cast on the jacket simply so I can mindlessly knit and get to know this person. Either the jacket or the Christmas gift. I don't know yet. I'll figure that out. But yeah, I will finish the pants in the next Saturday at the latest, I think. Maybe. We'll see. This week at least. Alright. Tiny update. It is Saturday. The overalls is mostly finished. I have done at least the major stuff. So all of the ends are even woven in, the front flap here, and I've connected the straps. Now I've been a little back and forth about, as you can see, I did originally think that I wanted to have the straps like detachable, like fastened with buttons. I even bought the buttons. So I did buy the buttons, and a little like note here, I'll show you. It's very cute, very nice. So see if I can hold it right here. Here's the button, a tiny little bear face. Isn't that cute? And I also bought these notes. If I can just cover up my face enough so you can actually see it. No, Maybe not. No. Come on. Come on. Come on. It says handmade by aunt, and I am the aunt of this child. So I bought 10 of the buttons because I thought that I needed buttons for both the straps, the pocket, and the jacket. Now, I bought 10 buttons, and I asked the lady by the register if she knew how many buttons that I would possibly need for a jacket for a 2-year-old. She said 4. And I was thinking like out loud, so I was like, okay, 4, and then I need like for the straps and the pocket, and I said 10. With those calculations, I would have needed 8, but now I have the opportunity to have like 8 buttons for the jacket and one for each side of the pocket if I want the pocket. If not, I will use maybe 6 buttons for the jacket, and then I'll find something cute for the buttons. Maybe I'll just sew the buttons up here so it looks like the straps are detachable, and so that this will, because as you can see, it wants to be like that, so just so I can keep it upright, maybe I'll just sew a button on each side here so it looks correct. And yeah, and maybe I won't do the pocket on the belly. Maybe I'll do pockets, like proper pockets from the sides here. Those may not even need buttons, but still. The bulk of the pants are done. It's finished, it just needs blocking, but I will wait for blocking until the jacket is done as well, so I can block them together. And this is how far I gotten on the jacket. It's dark, so you can't really see. It's this exact same marled brown as for the pants. And I have not changed my mind on this. It will contain a hoodie or a hood for the jacket because I do have the same yarn. And now that I'm looking at it like this looks tiny. Now if I'm also like adding, it looks tiny. I know that this may grow, but it looks very tiny. Now I'm not, in hindsight, it would maybe have been a little bit smarter if I had chosen a raglan sweater pattern and just not knit in the round, but knit back and forth or flat, because I found a pattern and it's like all over lace. It does have the same needle size and the same gauge as I have gotten with this yarn, but it looks very tiny. And I'm kind of scared. Like, it's so tiny. But I think I will just trust the process. I have thought a little bit about like time per garment now before Christmas, because when I finish this, I only have the baby blanket, and because after this I have one blanket and one Christmas gift. This is just a gift. Maybe I'll even give it to him as a birthday present. I don't know. But it's a gift. It's not a Christmas gift. And then I have one mitten plus a little bit more and a pair of stockings. That's the only things that I have left in it, like that I want to knit this year before Christmas. And the things that I have a timeline on is this bear set, the blanket, and the jacket. No, not the jacket, the wool jacket too, but the Christmas gift, the Weasley sweater. Those are the only, well, now 3 things total that's gonna be sent somewhere far off. And the 2 other things is here, most likely. So I may get to knit some socks. That would be nice. But now you know. I finished the pants. Started with the jacket. And that's how far I've gotten thus far. I am not trusting the process of this. The jacket, start of it hasn't gone far, but it is tiny. And I want it to be a little more oversized because I'm, as the same for the pants, I am visualizing this as a fall kind of outerwear, so that if it's just chilly, he could just wear this and some thermals. He could just wear this on top of some thermals, perhaps. And it being like, let me see if I can try to visualize this for you. If I'm also adding, this is like the shape, like the inside of my hand is like a little bit bigger than, it's actually like this big. It is my fist, front fist, and that is considering or adding the space for the button bands. So I am ripping this back up, frogging this, and finding a oversized sweater pattern, and just adding, jacket construction. So not knitting it around, but back and forth. That's what I'm doing. I am so stressed. It is currently Friday, and I have a little bit of a vacation. I took today off. I'm still knitting on a jacket. I feel like I think that I split for the sleeves on Tuesday, I think. And I was feeling good. I was like, okay, now the worst part is over, because now I will never have this many stitches on needles on the project again. So it will just fly by. I will be finished with this. No worries. I still have like 5 centimeters to do underneath the sleeve. Let me measure it quickly right now. 2 more centimeters to do before the ribbing, and then I start ribbing, and that's 4 centimeters. So I have 6 centimeters of the body left, and then I start on the sleeves, which I can knit in the round. But considering that this jacket has taken me so long, I will have to split up the video, because I wanted to do like complete set, completely finished, 100%, everything done, because I thought that was realistic. I've only knitted 1 cardigan before, and that cardigan took me 1.5 years. But knitting flat is not fun. I don't really like it. I don't enjoy it as much. It takes so much more time knitting back and forth. But it will not be 100% finished. It will be like the basic jacket and the basic pants this upcoming Sunday. And then the next video after that will be with the hood on the jacket that also have the bare details that I want, and the pants will have bare details, because now it's just basics. It's just the jacket and it's just the pants, nothing more. So I will use a week or so to add those details that I want. Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. It was not my intention. I am also not feeling my best currently. I am a little bit under the weather. But I mean, I feel like I look fine. I am poorly, but I don't feel horrible. It is weird, but my throat is killing me. I am a little bit like stuffed, like in the back of, yeah, whatever. It's not really that important. But now you know. I will join my knitting buddy at his work to knit. He works at the yarn store. And he works at the yarn store, and I will be just keeping company throughout the afternoon because I'm not working and I'm just gonna knit and I don't have that much to knit. So we'll be bringing you along. Excited. But if he tells me that I can't film in the store, then I won't. And yeah. But I thought that I had way more left to do than I actually have. So this is actually pretty exciting. I only have 2 more centimeters to do. And then the ribbing. Alright, see you soon. As you can hear, I'm not 100% well. I am... I'm working on getting healthy. I've been sick for a little bit now and still feel the remnants of it. But here I am, trying my best to live through it. So, I had some visions about this. I had some wishes on the final project for this little set, and I was thinking I was gonna have like a little pocket on the overall belly flap here, because as you can see, these are overalls. It's overalls with a jacket, and I thought that I would have a hood on the jacket and ears on the hood, and I thought I would have a little tail on the pants. I have not done that, and that is simply because I wanted to finish this project so badly. I did not have any joy in knitting on this for the sleeves of the arms, because I finished the pants and then I finished the body, and then was like, I do not want to knit on this anymore. I was so tired of it. I did not want anything to do with it anymore. I did not want to knit on it. So I grit my teeth and just got it done. And I'm really happy with it. It has the fabric that I wanted it to, and I am happy with it. I'm very happy. I haven't sewn on the buttons yet. It is blocked, and I am happy with it. And I don't think it has lost that much just because it doesn't have a hood and a pocket. I mean, if I give a toddler a big pocket on the belly, he will put rocks in it. So I decided against that in the end. And this is the almost finished project. I only have to sew on the buttons. I will probably leave that for now because, again, I am so tired of this. As long as it's 100% finished before Christmas, or at least before November, I will be happy because I need to send it and stuff like that. But other than that, it's a basic pattern. The pants, as long as they were only just pants and not overalls, I used the Havkonge bukse pattern by Mari Hønnesdrikk. I will link all of the base patterns
below, so you can check them out if you want, as well as the yarn that I've used for this. Right, so for the jacket, is not a jacket design, it is a sweater design. It's called En Yearning Genser, or unicorn sweater, by Scandinit. I've just taken the measurements and the stitch counts and just not knitted it around and just knitted it flat as per pattern's request. Or, yeah, follow the pattern as if it was a jacket and not a sweater. So just not knitting around, but flat, basically. Yeah, I almost used up. So this is, I don't know if I showed you, but this is yarn that I earlier used up for a sweater that I knitted and frogged because I was never going to use it. And all of the brown was just the body and the sleeves and just a little bit in the yoke because it was a color work sweater. I've just frogged it all, separated it, and I've used the entire body of this adult sweater and one and maybe half sleeve, as well as all of these tiny ones. So I have now 2 balls of yarn, almost maybe 3 balls of yarn from 10. So this was 7 balls of yarn ish. So yeah, this is it. This is the finished object. I don't really know what more to say. Really happy with it. Really happy to be done with it. And I hope that my sweet little nephew will get somewhere out of it. I did knit it in 2 sizes bigger. So if it doesn't fit into it right now, hopefully it will fit into it later. So yeah, that's it. And I'll see you when I see you.